Welcome to Ask the Lawyer radio podcast with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This podcast features a recording of our most recent radio show. We hope you enjoy the show, which features news, views, and interviews on matters such as immigration, personal injury, bankruptcy, divorce, family law, estate planning, wills and probate, deed transfers, civil rights, criminal defense, workers' compensation, and taxes, both individual and business. You can contact us at 855-768-8845 or visit us at www.askthelawyer.us. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Investigative analysis on the new deed theft legislation in New York State. Recently, New York Attorney General Letitia James announced enacting a new law establishing deed theft as a crime and expanding the Office of the Attorney General's (OAG) ability to prosecute these cases. Co-authored by Attorney General James and sponsored by State Senator Zellner Myrie and Assemblymember Landon C. Dace, this legislation marks a significant step forward in protecting homeowners from fraudulent property transfers. This analysis delves into the details of the new law, its implications, and the broader context of deed theft in New York. Understanding deed theft. Deed theft, or property title fraud, occurs when a fraudulent actor illegally transfers property ownership without the owner's knowledge or consent. This crime can have devastating effects on homeowners, particularly the elderly and those facing financial hardship, who may be targeted due to vulnerabilities. Common methods of deed theft. Forgery. Fraudsters forge the homeowner's signature on property transfer documents. False pretenses. Scammers deceive homeowners into signing documents under false pretenses. Identity theft. Criminals use stolen personal information to transfer property titles. Key provisions of the new legislation. Establishing deed theft as a crime. The legislation explicitly defines deed theft as a crime, providing clear legal grounds for prosecution. This definition encompasses various fraudulent activities related to property title transfers, making it easier to bring perpetrators to justice. Amending the statute of limitations. The new law extends the statute of limitations for deed theft cases, giving homeowners and prosecutors more time to uncover and address fraudulent transfers. This change acknowledges the often delayed discovery of such crimes, particularly among vulnerable populations. Granting original criminal jurisdiction to the OAG. One of the most significant aspects of the legislation is granting the OAG original criminal jurisdiction to prosecute deed theft. This provision enhances the OAG's ability to take swift and decisive action against offenders, bypassing the need to rely solely on local district attorneys. Implications of the new law. Enhanced legal framework. Establishing deed theft as a distinct crime creates a more robust legal framework for addressing property title fraud. This framework includes clear definitions, precise definitions of what constitutes deed theft. Stronger penalties. The law imposes severe penalties on those convicted of deed theft, serving as a deterrent to potential fraudsters. Improved prosecutorial power. With the OAG now holding original criminal jurisdiction, the office can initiate investigations and prosecutions more efficiently. This power includes direct prosecution. The OAG can directly prosecute deed theft cases without waiting for local district attorneys to act. Resource allocation. The OAG can allocate specialized resources and expertise to handle complex deed theft cases. Support for homeowners. The extended statute of limitations gives homeowners more time to recognize and address fraudulent property transfers. This support is particularly crucial for elderly homeowners. Older individuals are often targeted due to their perceived vulnerability. Financially distressed homeowners. Individuals facing financial difficulties who may be more susceptible to scams. Broader context of deed theft in New York. Prevalence and impact. Deed theft has been a growing problem in New York, particularly in areas with high property values and significant financial distress. The impact on homeowners can be severe, including loss of home. Victims may face eviction from their homes. Financial hardship. Legal battles to reclaim property can be costly and time-consuming. Emotional distress. The stress and uncertainty of losing one's home can have significant emotional consequences. Case studies. Several high-profile cases have highlighted the need for stronger protections against deed theft. These cases often involve targeting vulnerable populations. Fraudsters frequently target elderly homeowners and those facing foreclosure. Complex schemes. Many cases involve sophisticated schemes that are difficult to unravel without specialized legal expertise. Role of the Attorney General's Office. Investigation and prosecution. The OAG plays a critical role in investigating and prosecuting deed theft cases. This role includes investigative units. Specialized units within the OAG investigate real estate fraud. Collaboration with local authorities. The OAG builds strong cases with local law enforcement and district attorneys. Public awareness and education. In addition to prosecution, the OAG raises public awareness about deed theft. Efforts in this area include educational campaigns, initiatives to inform homeowners about the risks of deed theft and how to protect themselves. Community outreach. Engaging with community organizations to reach vulnerable populations. Investigative agencies responsible for monitoring grants and deed theft. Federal level. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, monitors federal housing and urban development grants. HUD's Office of Inspector General, OIG, investigates fraud, waste, and abuse in HUD programs. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, investigates large-scale fraud cases involving property title fraud and deed theft. State level. New York State Attorney General's Office, OAG. With the new law, the OAG has expanded powers to investigate and prosecute deed theft. New York State Department of Financial Services, DFS, regulates financial services and products related to real estate transactions. Local level. District attorneys. Local district attorneys have jurisdiction over criminal cases, including deed theft, within their respective counties. Local law enforcement. Police departments investigate initial complaints of property fraud and gather evidence for prosecution. Process of requesting an investigation. Steps for homeowners. Document the issue. Homeowners should gather all relevant documents, including property records, correspondence, and any suspicious documents they may have signed. Report to local authorities. File a complaint with the local police department and the district attorney's office. Contact the OAG. Submit a formal complaint to the OAG, providing all gathered documentation and a detailed account of the suspected fraud. Follow up. Maintain communication with the investigating agencies and provide additional information. Involvement of legal professionals. Consult an attorney. Homeowners may seek legal advice to understand their rights and the legal processes involved. File civil actions. In addition to criminal complaints, homeowners can file civil lawsuits to reclaim property and seek damages. Criminal and civil implications of deed theft. Criminal charges. Fraud. Deed theft typically involves fraudulent activities such as forgery and identity theft, which are criminal offenses. Penalties. Convictions can result in severe penalties, including imprisonment, fines, and restitution to the victims. Civil actions. Reclaiming property. Victims can file civil lawsuits to void fraudulent transfers and reclaim property ownership. Damages. Homeowners may seek monetary damages for financial losses and emotional distress caused by the fraud. Conclusion. The new law establishing deed theft as a crime and expanding the New York Attorney General's ability to prosecute these cases is a significant advancement in protecting homeowners from fraudulent property transfers. By defining deed theft explicitly, extending the statute of limitations, and granting the OAG original criminal jurisdiction, the legislation provides a robust framework for addressing this serious issue. The enhanced legal framework and prosecutorial powers will enable the OAG to take swift and decisive action against offenders, providing much-needed support to vulnerable homeowners. Public awareness and education efforts will also play a crucial role in preventing deed theft and empowering homeowners to protect themselves. In cases where grant funds were involved, federal, state, and local agencies have mechanisms to monitor and investigate the proper use of these funds. Homeowners and concerned parties can request investigations by documenting the issue, filing complaints with relevant authorities, and seeking legal advice. Ultimately, this new law's successful implementation and enforcement will depend on the collaboration between the OAG, local law enforcement, community organizations, and the public. By working together, New York can effectively combat deed theft and protect homeowners from this insidious fraud.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.